નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. Adarsh Education Society welcomes you all here. Dear student friends, let's move ahead in the second interpretation. What is the motto of second interpretation? Like the blind man and an elephant, that we have already completed. All the 6 blind men touch different parts of elephant. You face this in your exam also. One picture is given, entire poem covers that picture. You made one project also with the same thing. Okay. And the elephant, everyone has their own take on things. Take on things means own opinion, own view or views. That is the interpretation of second student. Now what second student says about the poem The Road Not Taken, which is written by Robert Frost. What's there? Let's hear. The Road Not Taken is a narrative poem of 4 stanzas and is one of Robert Frost's most popular works throughout the world. Earlier only I had told, now only I said, this is throughout the world most popular poem of Robert Frost. It is also one of the most misunderstood, which is not taken, which is not understood on a proper way, with the proper notion, with the proper reason, for the proper reason. No, not with the right angle. The final lines, last 2 lines. I took the one which was the less traveled path. And that makes all the difference. If he would have not remained a poet, he would have not been in front of us as a poet at present after so many years, after so many decades. And after decades, so many decades, Robert Frost will remain with this poem forever. Even in 9th standard, you will have the same poem with the same wordings. Once again, this will be there. The Road Not Taken is a narrative poem of 4 stanzas, where last 2 stanza is always misunderstood, are often taken literally and interpreted to mean the poet is an individualist with a spirit of adventure. Individualist as an individual with the spirit of adventure. He wants to make something different in life, so that he goes always, he went always, he will move always with a different path where adventure counts. And perhaps that adventure only made him successful. So that only he is selected, the less traveled path. It is doubtful that the poem has this meaning. This meaning the poem is having, or this poem is having another meaning? That's a question. Whatever difference the choice might have made, your choice is something different, my choice is something different. Your choice is pizza, my choice is dosa. Another one's choice is traditional food, someone other's choice is Punjabi food, someone is having continental choice. What is this? Person to person. Choice differs always, choice varies always. And here, what he made, what he told, that made a lot of difference. It was not made on the basis of a clearly understood difference between the two paths, and that opened up before the traveler. In front of the traveler, two paths were there, and out of this, both the paths, both the roads. He selected first one, less traveled, this. But how the path was? He told both led equal, both remain equal. Then why he did not select the first one? If both are equal, then also, then less traveled and usually traveled, how it can be? Whatever difference the choice might have made, it was not made on the basis of a clearly understood difference between the two paths. That opened up before the traveler. The poet adds in the second and third stanzas that both the paths may be equally worn and equally leaf covered. Here also, full of leaves were there. It was full of leaves. That also was full of leaves. May be possible. And it is only in his future recollection that he will choose to call one of the two roads the one he took less traveled by. What he took less traveled by. Why he took that less traveled by? Whether he thought for the spirit of adventure or something different. The irony of the poem lies in the distance between what the speaker has just told us about the roads being the same and what he says his later claims will be. The poet indicates here, writes here, tells here that what his choice is, that makes the difference, that makes his existence quite different than the usual one. So that only his choice for the less traveled path made him different with the others. Alner Sickles, it's the name of a person. Who is he? A literary critic. A literary critic means who criticizes the literature with own point or points of view. He is known as a literary critic. Literary critic says the poem is about the human tendency. He told, what is this poem? This poem is only and only about the human tendency. We want to roam here also, we want to roam there also, we want to roam here also, we want to there. And ultimately when you will be a successful one, at the time you will make your own legacy, your own story with your own self. Is it so? Or you have made it your own self? Think it, judge it, then you tell. Tendency to wobble illogically in decision. The word is used here, wobble. Roaming here and there in confusion. I want to become an engineer. I want to become a doctor. I want to become a teacher. I want to become a builder. I want to become a businessman. You are roaming here and there in confusion with your own decision. Illogically, the word is used here, illogically, without any reason, without any logic. You are roaming here and there in confusion. And then afterwards you are thinking your path, your decision, your idea has made a great legacy, a great story, a great history. Is it so? Or in real sense, you have made your choice something different with the others. In decision, and later on assume that the decision was after all logical. Enormously important, enormously. mightily important. Luck by chance, you got the success. And after getting that success, you will move ahead to narrate your story that I made this decision, and this decision only made me something different from the others. And that decision, how you took while roaming here and there in confusion, and what you took it, what you thought it, that is was without any reason, logic, but somehow you will get the success. And then afterwards, you will try to prove that what my decision is, that only made me totally different from the others. If it is so, then you are with the human tendency who wobble here and there in confusion, who roam here and there. This is what the interpretation second for the poem, The Road Not Taken. Got the idea? In this way, we have made it. Just whatsoever you want to write, read it or write it, so that the same content can be helpful to you while reading second interpretation from page number 58. I'll request you to understand all this, read it. You will come to know what you should in your life. Thank you. Thanks a lot to you all. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us.